and fill my stocking with
Did
the
you copy the disclaimer, Vinay?
checks. Sign your X on the line,
Yes, I'll copy it right
Santa
now.
Cutie, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa baby forgot to mention one little thing, a ring. I don't mean on the phone, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight.
Good evening, family. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. And welcome to the Jingle Black Business All the Way Holiday Marketplace. I'm thrilled to be here with the NAACP Virginia State Conference, and I'm EJ Scott, the Economic Development Chair. And tonight, we're bringing the holiday cheer, the creativity, the hustle, and the brilliance of Black businesses right to your screen. So now, this is the only marketplace where your money doesn't magically disappear into some giant corporation's vault. Tonight, you will get the connection. So when you shop Black, your dollars will do the Harlem Shuffle back into our community. And that's worth celebrating. Well, to this all came about because we keep hearing about don't buy here, don't buy there, buy from Black businesses, and but no one was telling us, how do we find those Black businesses? And so that's why we're here. We're going to help you find those Black businesses where you can shop this holiday season and beyond. Let's see here. So, and I got to tell you, from the response that we got, there were a lot of people looking for this. So, uh, tonight, we are spotlighting what I call digital curators. Now, these are the entrepreneurs who want to help you identify Black-owned businesses. These are and vendors and products. Some of they have these products that are so good that you're gonna wish you had a rich auntie. And but if you don't have a rich auntie, don't worry. Buying from Black businesses is how we create generational wealth. And so we'll start here. So, but before we get into that, we want to hear a few words from the Virginia and from the NAACP Virginia State Conference illustrious president, Reverend Cozy Bailey.
Thank you so much, EJ. And I say good evening and welcome to Jingle Black Business All the Way. And I want to give a special thanks to the Virginia State Conference Economic Development Chair, EJ Scott, for putting together this innovative evening. We at the NAACP believe that economic equity is a crucial part and pathway to racial equity. An inclusive economy means that everyone can contribute and earn with fair access to resources and opportunity. But even more acutely, building Black economic power is crucial for fostering equity, promoting community development, and enhancing overall economic stability. Investing in Black economic power not only uplifts the individual, but also contributes to a more equitable society overall. And so, as the NAACP continues to strive for political, economic, social, and educational justice and the elimination and eradication of race-based discrimination, this program, this opportunity this evening is just one small step to achieve that objective. So again, welcome. Thank you all for coming, and back to you, EJ.
Thank you, President Bailey. Okay, folks, you know, I gotta do a disclaimer. First of all, the NAACP Virginia State Conference is providing you connections to the curators who have websites that feature Black businesses that they have vetted. The NAACP is not responsible for any of your orders or any of your products. So please don't call me and say, EJ, I don't like the way that candle smells. Can I drop it by your house? And I'm going to say, no, 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 you can't drop it by my house. Okay. So, but as we move on here, if you have questions, put those questions in the Q&A, not in the chat, because you all know how fast that chat runs, because we have so many people who signed up for this. Um and we know that there's going to be people over on our website, I'm sorry, our YouTube page, and we can't get all of your information there. So I apologize for that. But we had so many people, we had to overflow onto our YouTube page that did that. So put your questions there. And if you're posting while you're hearing this, please use the hashtag um, Jingle Black Business and hashtag Buy Black Friday. That's Buy Black Friday. Those two are our official hashtags. So please use those now. So let's jump and kick off this celebration of excellence and creativity and community. So, but before we do that, there's one other thing I wanted to tell you. I reached out to a number of, my hair looks so strange. I reached out to a number of uh, online people who said that they were supporting or purported to support Black businesses. A number of them, there were even broken links and things like that. But I had one gentleman, I would email them and say, please reach out. And one gentleman called me back, and this is what he said when I asked him about his website and some of the links were broken and stuff. And he said to me, he said, most of the Black businesses that we were featuring have gone out of business and are no longer there. So that's why we're here. That's what we want to try to alleviate and make sure that we can can thrive rather than just thrive. So the curators that you're going to find tonight have hundreds of Black businesses in their coffers, and they're going to share that to that, and we're going to give you a way to reach them so that you can buy from Black businesses anytime. All right. And of course, we've got our Buy Black Friday I want to tell you a little bit more about later. So we're first going to bring on someone I have known for quite some time, and she has just been a real dynamo, I have to tell you. I met her when I was looking for some Black businesses, and I found that she had started the Virginia Black Business Directory. And going from there, she also co-founded the the very first Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. So please welcome Ernisha Hall. Hi, Anisha.
Hi, how are you, EJ?
Good, good. So wonderful to see you. Can you tell us what made you decide you wanted to do the Black Business Directory?
Well, 5 years ago, well, it's been a conversation in our household for quite some time, but essentially 5 years ago was when we started, January of 2020. It came about because as a marketing company, my wife and I, we realized there were so many business owners that wanted to support Black, that wanted to buy Black, but they couldn't find those Black businesses. So here in Virginia, we decided let's start a Black business directory. And that's really the long and short of it. With our skill set, we were able to create a website, a printed directory, and at the time, we even had a mobile app that had over 1,400 Black business owners listed in all
Wow.
three components.
Wow, that is so great. And just tell me, I got to ask because we have NAACP has supported you from the beginning, and we was so excited when we got that announcement that you were starting the very first Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. I mean, we'd never had one in the state. So tell me about that.
Well, honestly, what something that you said earlier was a lot of businesses closing, a lot of our Black businesses closing, and that's why you find the broken links. Well, what happened with us as the Virginia Black Business Directory, we are a 501(c)(3) nonprofit, but as we were seeking funding and partnerships and opportunities on behalf of our members, we were hitting a glass ceiling. The name itself was not resonating with progress. It wasn't resonating with stakeholders who wanted to actually help. And so we did some research and we found that there had never, and I was so surprised, been a statewide Black chamber in Virginia. We do have some amazing regional chambers and Black chambers in Virginia, but we didn't have one that covered the entire state, which collectively brings together all these business owners from different regions and different areas.
Mhm.
So, through the Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce, not only are we able to house the Virginia Black Business Directory, but we offer programs like a business accelerator program. We offer government contracting conferences, political advocacy, legislative day, a women's conference, and one that you all always support, the Virginia Black Business Expo, which we host that annually, and it will be coming back next year in August, where we have up to 140 in-person Black business owners selling their products or services.
Wonderful, just wonderful. And now I can't let you go without telling us about this special thing that you're doing for the holidays.
Yeah. So what we do for the holidays is we like to compile business owners who choose to be featured for their holiday products. And so this year we have a web page dedicated to buy Black for the holidays. We did it last year as well. If you go on the website, you'll have an opportunity. I'm actually going to drop the link in the chat as well, but you'll see a web page that allows you to see our Buy Black holiday gift guide. And there are business owners who have discount codes, free shipping, and all types of opportunities from candles to clothing to massages, even food. But you're looking for it for here in Virginia, and we are hopeful that you can find it with us.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd be happy to get a massage certificate for Christmas. So that's good. Thank you.
You and me both, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I tell you, is there anything that you want to say to those businesses those entrepreneurs that might be out there that want to reach you?
Absolutely. We believe here at the Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce that we rise by lifting others, and we cannot do this alone. So, essentially, if you are looking for whether it's support, resources, opportunities, education, information, you contact us. You can go to our website, vablackchamber.org, and reach out to us, and myself or a member of our team will be happy to answer any of your questions. But just know that in order to be successful in this world as an entrepreneur, you have to have a tribe, you have to have a team, and we are there for you.
Thank you. And before you leave, I want you to just give out the website for the Virginia Black Business Directory so that everybody has it.
Yes, it is VA blackbusinessdirectory.com. So
Oh,
va.blackbusinessdirectory.com. And that will link you to not just the Black Business Directory, but also the link to Buy Black for the holidays, as well as the link if you are looking to join the chamber.
wonderful. Thank you so much, Ernisha. Have a great holiday season. Appreciate you joining us.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you and thank you for this.
All right. Thank you. Oh, wonderful. I tell you, I've known her for since the beginning. We were searching to trying to find some Black businesses and just happened upon Bernicia and her group that were putting together that directory. It was really something special that we really needed here. All right. So thank you so much, Ernisha. And now, uh, this next person, I'm on my um, phone scrolling through and I saw this link to so I could purchase some Christmas wrapping with Black people on it. I hadn't seen that before. So I was so excited. I reached out to this woman, and I tell you, she is so passionate about supporting Black businesses. She not only has them and features her on her Shop the Hood website, she also champions them and I'm going to let her tell you all about it. But this is a lady that she brings the flavor, she brings the fashion, she brings the fabulousness to your holiday shopping. So I want to welcome Shauna Haley with Shop the Hood.
Hi, how are
Hi,
you guys?
Shauna. Wonderful. Thanks for joining us. Now, so just tell me, how did you get started in this?
EJ, first I want to thank you for allowing me to have share this space and this time with you and your platform. But how I got started with Shop the Hood, I actually it's interesting how God pushes you where you need to be and not where you want to be. But that's exactly what happened. I woke up one day sick. I woke up with something called sarcoidosis, and it brought my life to a complete halt, a complete standstill. And I wasn't able to do much, but I could sit and talk. Like the one thing I can, as my mom always said, I can entertain myself with a brick and bubble gum. So as long as I could sit and talk, I was okay. And I found myself given the opportunity to have a TV show on a previous network that's no longer in existence, but it's okay. And I moved my platform forward because I started realizing more people need to know about the brands that we have out there already, and there are so many different companies and so many different niches of Black owned businesses in our community that people should know about, but have a hard time getting to know because of all the extra noise and chaos out on social media. Many of the small businesses don't have the financial wherewithal to compete to run ads on social media, and it will always be a funding for small businesses will always be a problem. And I just wanted to make sure that people in my community knew where they have the options and opportunities to go shopping.
I
And yeah,
no,
and then I started seeing scams.
that's where I was going to next because you are a champion for
Yeah.
Black businesses when people are trying to do them wrong. So go ahead,
Like,
talk about that.
so it all started honestly with a company, with a brand, a clothing brand that I saw, and I was just like, "Oh, that's a cute outfit." And then I went into the comment section, and they said, "Well, that's actually from another company." I'm like, "How did that happen?" I'm like, "There's no way that on these social media streets that someone can take someone's content and then run it as an ad someplace else." Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. And the more I start looking into it, I was just like, okay, this is bad. This is like
Mhm.
absolutely horrific. And 2 years ago, I found that it was close to about $1 billion. It was like $1.2 billion lost in on social media to scams.
Wow.
And that is a huge, huge amount of money. And I don't look at it lightly because people are investing their time, their own money that they've saved up for. I don't care if it's $2 or $2,000, that money belongs to the person. They're actually hoping to actually get a product. And unfortunately, on social media, it's the onus of the business owner to kind of report their stolen content. But with millions and billions of people online every day and millions of businesses running ads every day, it's hard to actually catch everything. And I started seeing that time and time again, people are getting scammed. Like these ads are getting convincing. And even earlier today, I posted a video about AI and how AI will be completely a horrific level of undermining how and who we should be shopping with, simply because the fact that if you're looking at a video and you think it's real, but it's actually not, and it's giving you false information, how do you know who you can trust? So I ended up building out this website that honestly, in the beginning, I didn't want to do it. I was just like, that's a Herculean effort. Like, that's a lot of work. Like, logistically, building out a buying guide and having to grow it out, but can only grow it out slowly. I said, I don't know if people will trust me enough to understand what it is I'm doing and what I really want to do at the end of the day with my platform. Because at the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to make sure people have a safe place to go shopping, get to know the brands that they're shopping with, and actually start building a rapport with the small businesses and understand who and how they are. And I think that will be the best way as a community to start shopping again with each other the same way we did when we were 10, 15 years old, knowing who you're
Mhm.
shopping with. I remember
Right.
going to the corner store and I knew Mr. Pete was around the corner. Or my mother would give me a list of items and go to the store and trust that person would give me what I wanted from my mother's list of things that I was supposed to go shopping with. And we can still do that today. I think the one concern that we should always keep in mind is a lot of these businesses are small businesses. They're not a Walmart. They're not a Target. They don't have teams of people to help them move their product line forward. They don't have teams of people to make sure things get processed on time. Many small businesses are just one person or one household, and it's a lot of work.
Mhm.
And with a lot of things that are happening in this atmosphere of the extra taxes and the extra cost of shipping, I'm excited to say that some of the businesses in our sales guide that we have for your event are actually offering free shipping, which is a
Oh, wonderful.
huge, it's just like it's so big. Like sometimes the shipping costs are even more than the cost of the product. There's
Mhm.
one brand, Afropop, who sells sodas. Like this guy is selling sodas, and I think if you're looking for a great low sugar content beverage, this is it. And he's offering free shipping. And if you can understand, like the weight of a soda to be put in a
Right, right.
box, like
Yeah.
I'm
That
like,
that
the shipping cost is more than the product.
that's
So
phenomenal.
yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's absolutely wonderful. I know Lamique Beauty, and I use her product almost like every other day because I'm not a makeup girly like that. One day I will get there. But all my makeup brands that I use are all Black owned businesses. And
Right.
Lamique Beauty offering free shipping. There's just so many great businesses in our community. And that if you really want to support them, especially through this time where we're saying we're gonna have this blackout and we're not gonna shop at these particular stores. Well, you have to be intentional about making sure that you go shop directly with some of these small businesses,
That's
and
right.
you have to know where you can go shopping with them directly and support them and share. And even if you can't buy anything, share their content. Share my
Mhm.
content. Go to Shop the Hood. Share my content.
Speaking of your content, did you bring one of those she is so funny. She has the great videos. If you all aren't following her on Instagram, she has the greatest videos, and they are always so funny and always enlightening. So I really did you bring any of those with you today? So
Yes, I brought two different brands. One of my favorites, I have her wrapping paper here in my house, Mom Melanin. I
Oh,
just like you, I love positive images of wrapping paper, and to see black positive black images on Christmas wrapping paper. And she does more than wrap paper. She's got bags. She's got that Santa throw blanket so you can curl up on your couch. I love her stuff. And I was so angry when I saw someone steal it. I'm just like, no. It felt personal. Like it felt, I'm like, you're still from my sister.
oh,
That's how personal it felt. But Ardeen from Mom Melanin is an amazing woman. And you will find her her product line, Sam's Club, Walmart, like in different stores around the United States. And you can shop directly with her online. I love this. Like I have her wrapping paper. I
oh, okay. But Ardeen is here, right?
Yeah, she is. Ardeen's here.
Ardeen, hi. Oh boy,
Hey,
how are
hello.
you?
Doing amazing. Thank you all for having me today.
Well, thank you for joining us. How did you decide to do this? What made you sit down and start doing these drawings and say, we need some little black girls on this wrapping paper? Tell us what happened.
Honestly, it's the images that we have seen portrayed over time, especially me as a younger girl, when us as Black and Brown communities have been represented. And the representation was not accurate. And a lot of the representation did more damage than it did elevating because, the dolls were not pretty. And then the gift wrap, we could never find that. So, there's a thing that us a saying that we all say in the community, like you can mess with me, but don't mess with my kids.
Right, right.
So, as I began having kids, I began purchasing wrapping paper and realized that I'm like, wait a minute, I'm giving gifts to my kids with gift wrap that does not represent them. So, what am I putting in their head? What am I telling them about who they are? And
Mm,
so, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to depend on anyone representing my community. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it in a way that elevates the community and allows them to see the beauty that they have. I believe we have all of the magic that we need to have a successful career, a successful life. I truly believe it's the outside noise sometimes that try to make us not believe in the magic we already have. So,
mm,
the goal of my melanin with our gift wrap through our conversations that we have is to elevate and create generational wealth. And that
wow.
doesn't just include generational wealth through gift wrap, right? Or through purchasing or financial generational wealth. It includes mindset. Walking into any
Mm,
room and knowing that we belong there and raising our kids to understand that like we belong here and we ain't going nowhere. We're
mhm.
elevating.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So tell us some of the other products besides that fabulous gift wrap that you have. Just tell us a few of them. I know
Yes.
you've got quite a few.
So we offer weekender bags, we offer throws, we offer, of course, our signature gift wrap. We offer teas. We actually have a special sale right now. If they enter discount code NAACP, 15% off of all of our gift wrap and our adult t-shirts. And then we also have a 10% discount code off of our weekender bags, which is bag with a capital B, NAACP. So we offer an assortment of items to elevate the community.
Oh, wonderful. I tell you, you're giving away our little secret at the end. We're going to give you all of those codes, those discount codes, and all of these links at the end of the show. I'll give you the discounts code. But again, all of the people who are signed up online, we will be emailing those out to you. But, Shauna, you brought another friend, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Now, I
Mhm.
know that many people see when I posted a lot of my videos, they see this beautiful image of women sipping tea on a rooftop. And I will say Navi Robbins' image of women on a rooftop has gone super viral. And then when something goes like that viral, there's going to be copies that will be made. So he is the original artist. And I want people to understand that positive images absolutely help change the mindset of people. If you keep seeing positive images of yourself or your people in your community or people that look like you, we need to surround ourselves with not only positive images, but read books that represent us in a better way, in better fashion. And that's what people like Navi Robbins is doing with his artwork, with the books that he writes. And I wanted to make sure that people get to see a lot of the artists. And there's we 83 categories in our buying guide. Definitely make sure you can find an artist that represents your taste and your style and is in your price point. And I will say the women on the rooftop sipping tea, yeah. It's just, it speaks volumes. Yeah, it definitely speaks volumes in this day and age right now.
Hi, Navi. Navi, you want to unmute yourself? Hi.
Yeah. I'm sorry. How's everybody doing?
Oh
I'm
gosh,
glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
I,
Thank you.
well, thank you for joining us. I mean,
Mm.
everyone has seen that iconic artwork of yours, and just as a Black woman who is part of the 92%, I have to say, hey, we represent,
Oh,
and I appreciated that. So when you saw people trying to take credit for creating that, or what went through your mind?
initially, to be honest with you, I I painted it because that's how I felt.
Mm,
November 6th is actually November 7th is when I started painting it, and that's
mhm,
how I felt. I didn't think about monetizing it or anything. I just wanted to share for the 92% to know that although I'm not a part of 92%, I'm part of 78%. I know what you're feeling,
mm,
and it's
mm,
okay to rest. The fight is we enough is enough. Let the chickens come home to roost. Let this country figure it out on their own. You've done enough fighting. It's time for you to just sit back and rest.
oh, wow.
But so many people were asking me to create merchandise and to replicate the original canvas. And so I said, okay, fine. And so I did stuff like laptop bags
Ooh,
and mugs and shirts and hats and pillows and blankets. And yes, there were
wow.
people that were replicating it. And at first, because again it was about me relaying a message, it didn't bother me at first, but then eventually it did start to work on my nerves because I looked up and Timu had it and Sheen had
Mm,
it and a couple other people had it. I had to file some cease and desist with a few people because they were actually trying to pass it off as their own artwork.
mhm.
um, so it's been it yeah, and initially it kind of it didn't bother me at first. It was like, hey, spread it far and wide. I want for Black women to understand that I see them. But
Oh,
then
wonderful.
once people started to replicate it and monetize it, I'm like, well, hold on now. Like I'm like Erica Badu. Like I'm sensitive about what are we doing? So yeah.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. So, and you've been doing your art for how long?
I drawing since I was
Mhm.
about 4. I got in trouble
Wow.
for
Mm,
drawing the entire Disney uh character list on the stairwell going up in our house. I got one of them old school. My mother was impressed, but I definitely got one of them old school Wiggins after that. But and I had to paint over it. I had to paint over it. But
mhm,
I've been drawing since then, and I
mm.
haven't stopped. So I've done over 400 children's books for Black authors, illustrating their
Wow.
books. I've done probably over 2,000 book cover designs for independent authors, Black authors, and some of the majors like Simon and Schuster.
Mhm.
So I've been doing this for a long time. And the crazy thing, I went to school for accounting and finance. This is a
Mm.
natural gift of mine. It's something that I was born with. My mom wanted me to be an architect. I wanted to be a singer. So
Oh, wow.
Eventually things just kind of went full circle in a way.
Mhm. Well, I am so glad that you guys are here, that you all came to join us. And I'm so glad that Shauna and I found each other because we're sisters. We talk a lot and I'm texting her and everything. And she's a real hero of mine because she has really fighting for our Black businesses. So thank you so much, Shauna, for all that you do. Thank you guys for your talent and sharing them with us. We really, really appreciate it. But I want to highlight something. Did you all hear Shauna says she has over 82 categories in her on her website, on her Shop the Hood website. So you got a lot of things that you can buy over the Christmas holidays. And so I will say this has been wonderful. Thank you. I enjoy this so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now, we are going to go to our next curator. Now, this is one that I was really surprised to find because I had no idea. I'm a Bison. I went to Howard. I had no idea that this was even a possibility at Howard. So we're going to bring on Carl Brown Jr., who is the state and economic, I'm sorry, the executive director for the District of Columbia's Small Business Development Center inside Howard University. And
Absolutely.
they have a list of businesses called Shop DC. So hi there, Carl.
Hello, EJ. Thank you. Thank you so much for bringing me on. It is an honor and a pleasure because let me tell you something. My family has a long history with the NAACP. All right. And my father used to raise a lot of money. I want to show you this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And my
Uh-huh.
father, let me explain to you what that plaque is because it is from the NAACP.
Yeah, I recognize it. Mhm.
Okay. And my father was a sky cap at JFK for 33 years. And they bought multiple life memberships, okay, the sky caps, all right,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
folks that people look down on, who he
Mhm.
raised four boys, two lawyers, me and my other brother is in law enforcement. So you got to understand where we coming from. So
All
my
right.
family has a long history. So I'm sorry you are surprised to find the marketplace at Howard, but it's there because of me. All right. I caught wind of it. I brought it right to the university.
All
We're
right.
doing some really, really innovative things at Howard University, and like we've always done. And it's just an honor for me to be there. I'm a Bison as well. And in fact, my office is right across the street from Cook Hall, and I lived in Cook while I was at Howard. So that ought to tell you something right there. And
Mhm.
because of me being on the campus, a lot of alumni constantly come by my office, which is really good. So I
Mhm.
keep them informed of all the great things that we're doing up there. But let me tell you about what the Small Business Development Center does. We provide, and a lot of people don't know this, we provide one-on-one confidential counseling to small businesses. And as we talked earlier this evening, a lot of the links that you were using were broken because the small businesses went out of business. Well, we
Mhm.
work with them every day on their business plan and marketing plan and finances, all that. And guess what? Guess what? We try to
Well,
keep them in business.
mhm.
Really do because we have the expertise. All of my counselors have advanced degrees and are small business owners. So they're just not taking the book sense, they're taking their practical everyday experience that they live with with them into the counseling sessions. And we also provide research and business intelligence. Every large business, whenever they make a decision, they do their intelligence, their research, and then they make a decision. We're teaching our small businesses to do the same. We did over 100 webinars so far this year, and we're going to do about 25 more before the end of the year. And we do two conferences, one in the spring, one in the fall. And then we do loan package review. So we help you get money to stay in business. And the last thing that we did was we brought on this marketplace. In this marketplace, we have close to 150 businesses that are on our marketplace. And they are students, faculty, staff, alumni, friends of Howard University, and clients of the Small Business Development Center. All right.
Wow.
75% of my clients are African American.
Mhm.
Out of that 75, I would say close to 70% are women, Black.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Mhm.
Now, let me also tell you one disturbing statistic that I'm dealing with. Since 2020, we were averaging about 1,500 businesses a year that we work with, right? This year, we're down to 1,100. And you know what
Mm,
we attribute that to? The
mhm.
economic uncertainty of this political climate. So that's where a lot of people are saying, well, I don't want to start a business. But then guess what? A lot of people are forced to make a decision because
Mhm.
of all the layoffs in the federal government and in the private sector. So
Yeah.
eventually, we're going to see these people coming in to seek assistance. And we provide all of these services that I just talked about for free. Now, let me tell you what we teach our storefronts on our website, on the shop DC sbdc.com website. And it's free, by the way. It is free. So if you
Mhm.
sell a hoodie for $100, you get the whole $100. If you're
Mhm.
selling paintings or whatever, you get all of the money. I don't charge you, I don't nickel and dime you, I don't charge you a thing for this. We're using it as a teaching tool for all. All right.
Mhm.
We teach them product placement, cybersecurity, e-commerce, marketing, supply chain,
Wow.
distribution, all of these things, and we do it for free. We do it
Mhm.
for free. So
Great.
if if you want to become a storefront on the shop DC, send me an email or just go on our website and sign up. I'm going to see it anyway because they send me every one of them to be approved. So I'll see it anyway. But anyway, my email is real easy. Carl.brown@howard.edu. Carl.brown@howard.edu.
Okay.
Right now, we're doing a 15% sale. So everything on the website is 15% off. I couldn't do the
Oh.
25, EJ, but I got you 15. I got you 15. All right. Now,
No, the 25 had nothing to do with the percentage. And I was should have said that. I was going to say that when we got down to that. But the 25 was just so 2025. That's our year.
oh
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
year we're
yeah.
in.
I
So it
got you.
wasn't
Yeah,
25. It was
yeah,
just, hey,
yeah.
you know.
Okay. Well, hey,
Okay.
also let me talk about this. I talk about shopping small every day. All right.
Mhm.
And my word for 2025 was intentional. And
Mm,
I've heard several people use that word today. And let me tell you, and everybody on this call right now, we have to be intentional on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Because if we're not, they're going to say, oh, see, they were just fooling. They're
mhm.
just doing it to target. We don't have to worry. Folks, we have to show up and show out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. shop small, be intentional because they're looking. They're going to count every dollar. And if they're not off by much, they're going to say, oh, they're not even following their own discussions. They're not even doing this. They're just doing it to target. No,
Um,
we got to show out. We got to
I
be.
tell you, it is so important for us to just shop. But I've talked to people for a really long time, and it's just, they want to buy from the Black community. They want to shop with us, but they just didn't know how. That's why
Oh, let
this
me give you
idea of the
let me give you
curators
one
came in.
more.
Uh-huh.
And everybody's been great. And I'm gonna tell you, everybody's been great. I don't know if y'all know Ron Busby with the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, I
They
know.
have a Buy Black directory. And when
Hmm.
I go, I do a lot of traveling because people ask me to speak all over the country. And whenever I travel, I look in his directory and I
Hmm.
find local restaurants because I gotta eat, you know, and I can always go to the regular franchises, but I'm intentional when I'm spending my money. How could I be the director of the Howard University Small Business Development Center and I spend my money everywhere else and not with my own folks? Come on, I gotta
And
be.
that's what we need, intentionality, people making sure that they do this and not just this weekend, not just
That's right.
but we continue to do this. This is such a great thing. I tell you, you have been such a voice. You have a podcast as well,
Yeah, I'm
right?
10 years on the radio on Sirius XM, the Small
Mhm.
Business Report. I developed that radio show. We're celebrating 10 years in January. It's been a
Wow,
godsend, a blessing.
congratulations.
And
Hmm.
because of the radio show, I've been on the History Channel on 5 different shows on the History Channel. So I've been on
Wow.
Food That Built America, Toys That Built America, The Godfathers, The Five Families, Football Feast, and Fast Facts of Dave Thomas. So you can catch me on any Sunday that they have a marathon, and pretty soon they're gonna be showing all the toys that built America shows. So you'll catch me there.
Oh, great. Now, some of the business that you have on the Shop DC website, um, what are some of the interesting things that you have on there that you want to talk about? What are
Oh, jewelry, clothes, food, coffee. One of our graduate students has a coffee company, and I've
mm,
been promoting him, and he's done really, really well. They
wonderful.
they go over to Africa and get the beans and all that. They're not buying something from somebody else. They're buying it directly from the source. And see, that's what we teach folks. And that's why it's so important because we talk about supply chain and distribution, you know,
Mhm.
knowing where to buy this stuff from. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have holiday stuff coming up right now. Self care. We're gonna have one lady has a spa, and all the massages and all that good stuff. So you can get all that on the shopdcsbdc.com website, and we have about 50 storefronts still available. So if anybody's interested,
All
please
right.
reach out to us.
Okay, that is so wonderful. We talked about the coffee being sourced, and I know a lot of you out there have coffee drinkers in your family. Just imagine giving them a bag of roasted coffee beans that were sourced in Africa. I mean,
Right.
that would be a great gift. There are so many things that we can do on those with these sites, and just use your imagination. There's somebody out there that might need a therapy session, and you can gift that to them. There's all types of things that if you come up, use your imagination and your innovation, you can think of how to give so many of these gifts. And we are talking multiple entrepreneurs, Black entrepreneurs. Now, on your site, you mentioned that a lot of some of those are not Black-owned businesses, but I understand you have a query that they can search for Black-owned businesses.
Right, right. They can search. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You can search black owned. You can and like I said, you have to be intentional about shopping small and supporting your community. So
Mm-hmm.
there are 8 wards in Washington, D.C. You can shop by ward. So if you
Mm,
live in Ward 1 and you want to support businesses in Ward 1, you can shop in Ward 1. Or if you're in Ward 4, Howard's in Ward 4. You
mm-hmm.
shop in Ward 4. Or if you want to shop in Anacostia, that's Ward 8. You go and you just put it in, and you'll find all of the stores that are located in that ward right there. So, I
Right.
mean, it's not a hard thing, but believe me, and we could do this more, but we have
Mm-hmm.
to be intentional, just like the Montgomery bus boycott. It took forever, but guess what? It worked.
It worked. All
Worked. All
right.
right. And if
All
we don't show up, or if we don't stay home over the next week or so from Friday to Monday, they're gonna say, hey, they're playing, they're not real. And like we
Hey,
always say,
we can stay home and shop online with all of these Black businesses from these incredible curators who have done this work for you. You don't they fixed it so that that you can shop online smarter and not harder. So
that's right.
they have made it easy for you to shop with Black businesses. Thank you so much, Carl. You've been
Oh,
a
thank
delight
you.
to speak with. And I'm going to be dropping by, Howard, to see you
Oh
someday
yeah,
soon.
please do. Please do. Anybody, just we're
Now,
in School of Business and Route
mhm,
128, come on by.
wonderful.
Thank
Oh,
you.
well, thank you. Thank you so much. I will tell you, this has just been a really delightful thing. Do we have any questions, Karen, Lanai? Do we have any questions in the Q&A from people that we need to answer?
People are asking for the name of the coffee shop.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
and
They'll have to go on. We're not going to give out like individual stuff online. What we're going to do is you go to the curator's website and do those, because these are few free. You can go to any of these and search for those businesses for free. It would have been a monumental task trying to get all of the businesses and stuff on here, because we've got some great people out there who have just been dreaming and building and innovating some businesses that you will be surprised. Once you go on these websites, you will see all kinds of things, and take your time going through them. So if we don't have any questions, because I was going to bring back our three curators if we have any questions or panel, but one of the things we like to know, shoppers out there, what are you shopping for this season? So we're going to send up a little poll so that you can let us know what kind of things you're shopping for this season. Karen, can we get our poll up there? So, okay. All right. So we're going to take a few minutes. And so, were there, um, we're going to, if that was the only question, Lanai, is there anything else? No, Lene? Okay. All right. So, well, we'll look at this poll and Karen will tell us how this comes out.
So EJ, so far it looks like everybody's shopping for everything this
Everything.
holiday season. It is definitely clothes right now, 63%. We're all looking for clothes to buy this holiday. Household goods. I just bought a bunch myself. I probably should have waited. Toys, we know we want our kiddos to have toys that look like us and represent us. So we have a lot happening. We are
Wow.
going to, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll, but
Mhm.
we're ready to shop. We're ready to shop black. We're
I
ready to shop small. We're ready to do all the shopping and keep that money in our communities this holiday season.
I am so happy to hear that. We want everything. We can do everything. Look at those numbers. Boy, I tell you. And we can do it all online. Just like we do at that other online place. We can shop with ourselves online there. So this has just been a great phenomenal evening. And I'm so glad that you all came and spent it with us. What we're going to do now is I'm going to tell you about our Buy Black Friday. But I'm again going to give that disclaimer, okay? The NAACP is not responsible for any of the um, uh, or online orders or the products that you buy. Don't call me and say, EJ, I just don't like these shoes. Um, you know, can you help me? I'm like, no, 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 I can't help you. You have to go back to the person that you purchased them from. So good. So, and the NAACP, just like Carl was mentioning, we have been uh leading the charge for economic justice and Black business empowerment since 1909. Because we believe every dollar is a vote for the world that we want to build. So let's build a wealthy one, okay?
EJ, if I may, there's a really awesome
Sure.
question in the
Uh-huh.
Q&A that
Sure.
perhaps you or Mr. Brown or Ms. Haley might be able to answer. But is there a list that tells us which sites are not Black owned? And they give a really good example of Quinera bags. So is there a list that we can go to so that we avoid,
Okay.
you know how
You
people try
you
to trick us, right?
Yeah, we're going to get you interrupted me just as I was about to say, hey, we're the NAACP. Please join your local NAACP as soon as possible. But with that question, hey, take it away, Shauna.
So for those of you who don't know, I have like our buying guide at shopthehood.store. We have over 83 different categories, soon to be 85. We're going to be adding Black-owned soup brands, and many people were asking about books, so we'll be adding that to the guide as well too. One of the most important things that, especially on social media, what we do is have an ain't no way list, and it's not to say that they're not Black-owned. But the Ain't No Way lists are websites that are adamantly advertising on social media repeatedly over and over again, but with a Black spin to it, trying to entice people in the Black community to spend money with them. And it's either with stolen content or something that's absolutely just false because it's AI. So what we've found that has to be important is a real conversation that has to be had is who not to shop with. It's just as important as knowing who you should be shopping with or you could be spending your money with. So will we, and I don't think it would be appropriate, I'll say, to create a list of non-Black owned businesses because every small business should have the opportunity to make money. But my focus is is prioritizing Black owned businesses in my community because, the disparities that we have in our community in regards to funding. So, but I would never, will I ever create a list to say who's not Black owned? We won't do that at Shop the Hood. But what we will do is protect the Black dollar as best we can and make sure that we put forward an honest list of businesses that show up for their brand, an honest list of businesses who are continuously out there and doing the work. And we'll also have a serious conversation of the businesses that are absolutely trying to steal from us, who are committing fraud, who are taking our money unnecessarily. So that is a absolute like we want to have a very honest conversation about the businesses who I wouldn't want my mother to shop with. So if I would never want my mother to shop there, I tell my mom, hey, mommy, don't go shopping over at XYZ company. I make sure that I want to have that conversation with everybody in my community because I treat my community like my family. Like, I want to make sure I do right by my family. I want to do right by my community, and I want to have that open and honest discussion on who not to shop with. So we have a section in our in the back of our Black buying guide called the Ain't No Way section, and it does grow quickly because the ads that are running, a lot of them are not legitimate, and we're also trying to see how quickly we can take them down because any dollar saved in our community stays in our community.
That's
People are
right.
absolutely trying to support small businesses and Black owned businesses. And this is a reason why they're absolutely trying to target us by using images and content that will entice us. We just have to be a little bit smarter and have open conversation about who we could be and should be shopping with, or who I would like to try out, or has anyone shopped there? And I want to continuously have that conversation. And I admire businesses and brands of everyone who's associated with this platform, and in this live, because there are tons of different areas where we can go and find a lot of the small businesses in our community. But we also have to be a megaphone. Everyone is all of us are responsible in some way, shape, or form to speak up and speak out for the small businesses in our community, because as much as we love them, we need to do a little bit more work to be intentional with shopping with them, supporting the Black owned coffee shops or the small mom and pop coffee shops, be it Black owned or not. If they're there in your community, they're there for a reason. As long as they're helping, caveat, helping
Mhm.
put back into developing and growing out the community. There are some businesses who are absolutely taking out of the community. I would never shop there. I have to be now much more intentional about how and where I spend my dollar. And on social media, which is another huge platform to allow small businesses to thrive, it's also a huge platform for scammers to get a good foothold because they do have the financial flexibility that a regular small business doesn't have. They don't have overhead. They're not looking at customer acquisition costs. They are absolutely dealing with the restraints of being a legal business. And that's to the onus of the structure of their company and their organization and their level of honesty and integrity, where scammers have none.
Right.
And we have to have
Absolutely
these
right.
conversations. So
Yeah.
Let me just piggyback on that. And again, you use the word intentional, and we have to be very intentional. Whenever I'm buying anything on the internet, I always search in several different search tools. I search the company that is selling it, and do they have complaints? And you'll find they have this thing called Guardio, right? You've probably seen that. Well, I didn't buy that, but I search because I too was burnt with a company that was supposed to be selling sea moss soap, and I spent $56 buying some sea moss soap from a company
Mm.
that didn't exist. And I went to the Maryland Attorney General because I
Mm.
ain't playing. I
Wow.
want my money back. But but you got to go through all that. And a lot of people are not willing to do that. They just take a hit and keep on moving. But you
Right.
gotta do your research. You
Mm.
gotta search these companies and see if they're legit. Do they have complaints? And people are right in the comments, don't use them, they don't ship, or it takes
Mm.
too long, or the quality is not that good and all that. I mean, there was one, they had these nice t-shirts and sweaters that had, like pyramids and
Mhm.
all kind of symbols on it,
Right.
Egypt and all that. Real nice African print and all that. Guess what? Wasn't owned by anybody from Africa. And
Mm.
website, I was from somewhere in Asia somewhere, and
Mhm.
everybody said the material wasn't that good.
Mhm.
So do your research. And let
And
me
pay
also
attention to the comments
pay
sections.
attention to the comments. You got to read the comments.
yeah.
Right.
Always read the comments. And let me also tell you, I told you that my word for 2025 was intentional, right?
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
A word for 2026 is philanthropy.
All right.
There you go.
Philanthropy. Because we
Okay.
don't know how to give back.
Mm.
All right.
I think we're on a good track right now. I think with
Yeah.
with the level of intentionality that people have right now, our platform at the end of the day at Shop the Hood, we always want to say that you have to become the change that you want to see.
Right.
And the level of intentionality that people are having now, because a lot of people are just having their eyes open. A lot of people don't want to get scammed anymore. And with all these brick and mortars that are, some of them are absolutely closing because they can't keep their doors open because these exceeding costs that just aren't there, and they're competing with scammers sometimes.
Mhm.
And some of these websites are only up for like 5 to 10 days. So like, and this is why, like, I want to make sure, like, my whole goal of my platform is to get to the point where when we start making money that we can advertise for everyone in the guide, that the money can go back into the community, go back into these businesses, provide education for some of the small businesses. Because I just saw one young lady who is dealing with a lawsuit over a trademark infringement, but has she had the education beforehand to
Mhm.
know what was legal and what was not legal at the beginning of starting her business, she wouldn't have had to go through this. And some things are a hard lesson to learn. And the lack of education in our community is also is a devastating thing. Even though we have this huge growth and the largest growing entrepreneur in the United States are Black women, there also needs to be hand in hand with that growth a level of education that gets provided to them. Yes, there are some free resources out there. However, the enticement of what social media brings and the imagination of where you could sell your product and how far you can go, and the level of virality. With virality comes education of, can you actually get that product out in time? If you actually went viral and had 3,000 sales in a day, could you fulfill that? So you have to have levels of honest conversation and honest growth. And that's where Shop the Hood is wanting to get to. Go as we move forward with our platform, we want to be that place on social media where people know that this is a trusted source of information. We're reaching out and being active in the community. We're actually going to businesses, because there are some people who will take a product line and get a face of a Black woman who's another influencer, so that these influencers are selling the product, but it's actually not a Black owned business. And that too undermines the integrity of the idea of what being Black owned is all about. Because
Right.
it's not easy out here. And it's not even easy being in business, first of all. But to lie, cheat, and steal and ice skate uphill all the way there, using us along the way, will just absolutely devastate the community from the inside out. So
And
having honest
absolutely not
conversation,
acceptable.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So these
Uh-huh.
are the things that we want to do at the Shop platform,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
we're
and
going to get
that
And
there.
and Carl, you've already said that the training, the support that you give
Mhm.
Black-owned businesses is free.
free.
Right.
Take
Hmm.
advantage of that. We're located in every state, Guam, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, and the Marianas Islands. Okay. All our services are free. Additionally, at Howard University, we have a patent and trademark resource center.
Mm.
So we hand off our clients all the time that if they want to get a patent, they want to get a trademark, or they want to get some copywritten, we got it right there on the campus. And
Okay.
it's virtual. You don't even have to come on the campus. You can meet with the counselor right there online, and they can help you. And we got a partnership with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. And so we take advantage of that. So if getting a patent or a trademark is going to cost you 20,000, it's going to cost you much less coming through us, utilizing the free resources to do the research that you would pay a lawyer to do. Okay, you're
Mhm.
doing it with a counselor, and then you're getting your putting in for your paperwork. So it costs you a couple hundred as opposed to a couple thousand. So take
Wonderful.
advantage of these resources.
Right. See why these folks are my heroes. I mean, and I got to tell you, Anisha's not on right now, but I wanted to say the first Black Business Expo that they did, I went to, oh, there you are, Anisha. The first Black Business Expo that Anisha did, I went to there, and there I met a woman who owned a company that sold china, dishes and things like that. I'd never known that there was even in a Black woman that owned that. And she told me she was the first that had that. So I was excited. I have over a dozen of her dishes in my thing with cups and everything. And how do you, Anisha, are you like excited to see when you sort of discover an entrepreneur, a Black entrepreneur doing something that no one else has done?
Oh, absolutely. And I think we find it more during the expo because that's when they're ready to come outside and have their exhibitor booth set up. But we've seen some amazing, amazing businesses. Hmm.
Yeah, I know. I just incredible, incredible businesses. And I can't even say how much I appreciate all three of you. You guys are just phenomenal, it and I am so appreciative that you all decided to come and spend time and help to educate our community on what's out there and let them know how to find those very, very important, innovative Black businesses that will support our community and uplift our community. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Um, I'm just so excited. And now I'm going to tell people about our Buy Black Friday weekend. Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. So this is it. You all know the day after Thanksgiving is usually that Friday, right? Well, we're calling it November 28th is Buy Black Friday. Okay. And so from the November 28th until the 1st of December, the a lot of the businesses that are on these curator sites are offering discounts. So you can go to these sites and purchase and use the code. Some of them have their own code, but most of them will be using our NAACP VA 25. That's NAACP VA 25. And that will get you the discount. Because all businesses have overhead and different types of sources that they have to get from. We didn't tell them how much to get a discount. We didn't say that. We simply said just offer whatever discount you can, and then let people use this discount code, but for whatever percentage your company is able to do. And we're just so happy. So many of them have agreed to do that. So this is our Buy Black Friday weekend. All right. But of course, you can go even after that. So but we've got 4 full days that you can do that and get that discount. All right. So that is going to be phenomenal. So, and just remember, um, this isn't, it's not just shopping, it's economic resistance, economic empowerment, um, and economic joy all at once. So come on and shop on these days, beginning particularly, specifically the 28th of November to the 1st of December, buying Black from the businesses that are on these curators platform and get that great discount. So, you can check your emails or check your thing. We're going to send this information out to the people that registered online. As I said, we had so many people um, to register, we had to go over to our YouTube. Hi, all you folks that are over on our YouTube channel. Sorry we couldn't get you all back all on the webinar, but we just had a phenomenal response. So just remember, I tell you what, I'm going to give that disclaimer one more time, okay? The NAACP Virginia State Conference is providing you connections to the curators who have websites that feature Black businesses that they have vetted. The NAACP is not responsible for any of your orders or delivering or any of your products, okay? But as you can tell, these curators have done a great job of vetting the people that are on their sites because they know how important it is to support Black-owned businesses. So as we wrap up tonight's Jingle Black Business celebration, I want to call it, I want to remind you that just one simple truth. We are everybody's best investment. We are each other's best investment. And when we support Black-owned business, we're not just buying products. We're building futures. We are building stability. We're building legacy. So let this holiday season be one of intention, community, and empowerment. Thank you to all of our curators, Ernisha Hall, Shauna Haley, Carl Brown. You guys were just fantastic. And our creators, thank you guys for joining us. I'm gonna get my t-shirts and my bags for sure. You all are such great artists, and I can't wait to get my Black girl wrapping paper. I can't tell you. All right. So, and I'd also like to thank all of our Virginia NAACP team, President Bailey, and our administrator, Karen Jones, plus my support staff, Vina Collins and Paul Davis, who created our wonderful graphics. He is fantastic. And lastly, I'm just going to say thank you for joining us. Remember, we don't want to just black on this Friday. We want to do it today, tomorrow, and every day thereafter. So this event is to enlighten and to allow you to see what is out there, what is in our community that we can support. And this webinar is going to be on the Virginia State Conference website. That website is naacpva.org. So you the whole thing will be posted there. The links will also be posted there, but those who registered, we're going to send them out to you. So know that. But just in case your email or that you sent us didn't quite register, everything is right there. All the links to these curators, all these fantastic places where you can find the toys, the household goods, the clothing, the shoes, everything that you all had all want. I tell you, I got another call from someone that said, hey, I am a Black shoemaker, and I have been doing this for 5 years, and I wanted to know how do I get on. So I told her, and I'm going to tell all you budding entrepreneurs that are out there, if you live in Virginia, check out the Virginia Black Business Director and the Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. If you we didn't talk about it, but Arnisha um has uh has developed this, and she's going to have that the expo is coming back again next year. And a thing we didn't talk about with Shauna. Shauna has international connections as well on her website. So depending how far you want to go, choose them. And of course, my alma mater, Boston's Howard University School of Business. Please check with them because they are just doing phenomenal things. Budding entrepreneurs, get your training right there for them. This is great, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. Okay, you know, when you get those emails from us with all those links, don't just keep them to yourself. Share them. You know, post them, post the links out, share them so that everybody has the opportunity to buy from these Black businesses. Share them with your family, your friends, your cousins, you know, everybody, all those organizations, your Divine Nine, all of you folks, just share it so that we can have that in our community. Because I will tell you that economic justice is civil rights work. It's always been civil rights work. When when you demand fair wages, that's civil rights work. And when you demand access to capital, that's civil rights work. And when we support Black-owned business, we are not merely shopping, we are building liberation, one purchase at a time. When we buy Black, we are not just shopping, we're investing in our communities, strengthening families, and building the generational wealth that our children deserve. It's a movement. It's a movement that says we believe in our own brilliance. We believe in our entrepreneurs. We believe in a future where Black businesses aren't just surviving, they are thriving and leading. So I want you to, again, to be intentional, and I want you to support boldly. And I want you to share everything you've learned tonight. Because when we choose to uplift each other, we can be unstoppable. Again, thank you for showing up. Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for helping build the economic prosperity our community deserves. Let's buy Black all the way into our brightest future. Happy holidays, and may your season be filled with love and joy and a whole lot of Black excellence. Thank you. Good night.